Dragonites. How's everybody doing? Congratulations, you made it to the middle of the week. Woohoo! Something to be said for that. So today I have some completions to show you. And so I'm going to let Neil show his first, because yes, he had a completion also for the month of May, his birthday month. And then I will show you my canvas and off canvas projects for the month, probably starting largest to smallest, I think is what I'll do this time. Just, to mix it up a little. I don't want to bore you guys. So with that being said, some of you are going to remember this canvas that I got for Neil for his birthday. So there you go. Look at this, you guys. Is this stunning or what? Yes. We give you Titanic. So yeah, this was a pretty cool canvas. I think it's awesome. But okay, Neil, tell us what you want us to know about this. First of all, start with, how hard was it to work on? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What'd you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed working on it. It went a lot faster than I thought it was going to. And it just, came together, with all these browns and blacks and everything.
Yeah, but, I noticed there's 44 colors and mostly, earth tone colors.
Yeah, but I enjoyed working on it. It was really good, and it was surprising the detail that came out in it, in the portraits and stuff. You couldn't really tell too well what they were in the canvas's raw form, but once you got the drills on it, it was obvious, that they were people from the movie and stuff. So yeah, it was good.
And again, this is a 40 by 60, and so it had 44 colors, which is a lot of colors when you're talking about mainly earth tones. It's kind of cool. It looks like a sepia photograph should look, kind of a thing. How long did this take you, Neil, total, would you say?
6 weeks, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there. But yeah, like he was explaining, even up here, these are all photographs of people, in the movie. This is the captain of the Titanic. There were some other people. This is the mean guy that was trying to marry Rose's mom. So there's a lot of people in here, and they look kind of pixelated from where I'm sitting right on top of it. But I think if you look, in the camera, they're pretty good. I mean, these are little. These are maybe 2.5 inches by 2 inches, these little faces. And I just expected them to be a blur of nothing, but you actually can make them out. And the further away from it you get, the more they come out. I thought that they did a very nice job with this render of the Titanic. It's beautiful. It's even got birds in the background, and you can tell that that's what they are. So it's amazing what you can do and how much you can add dimension. Let me try that again. How much you can add dimension just with the right color shading. So, and I love that. Here's the one where Rose is saying, paint me like one of your French women. I like that one. I like this one. This is the Rose telling the story when she's the older lady, which is very cool. I mean, it's just a cool canvas. There are so many things on here that, I mean, this would be beautiful just as a movie poster, but it's actually really pretty as a painting. Then there's another Titanic, a couple of them down here. So yeah, I mean, it's really cool to look at. This is, I would love it. I would put this behind a piece of glass and put it on the wall if it was me, because it's just really cool. It would look really cool on a door also. And it's the right color. If you have a brown door somewhere in your house, yeah, this would be a great one to put out there. But yeah, I was really surprised at how well you can make out, Jack and Rose's face. When you consider, I mean, the painting is large, but their faces are only slightly larger than the little portraits. So, but the colors absolutely tell the story. I mean, you can 100% see that what their faces are doing. You can make out their eyes, their eyebrows, their noses, their mouths, their chin. Like, it's just really I'm gonna say I'm impressed with how well it was done. I didn't expect it to come out that good, but yeah, it really did. He did a very nice job. I mean, I'm just looking at the quality here, and it's, you know, it's not bad. I mean, there's not a lot of, you know, problems, a little bit of putty, but no real problems as far as placement on the drills. Like, there's not a lot of jaggedy lines or anything. So yeah, I do the couple of drills upside down, but that's not terrible. Looks like there's a drill missing here, but other than that, and maybe one here. Other than that, though, really like the way this one came out. On a scale of 1 to 10, Neil, how much fun was this to work on? What was the quality of the drills?
Very little trash. And it, you know, came together pretty rapidly. And so I was pleased with that.
Yeah, I think that really, you know, I was pleasantly surprised that, I mean, it seemed like he just started it, and I looked over and he was almost at the halfway point. And then again at the halfway point, it was like, you know, a day or two and he was getting toward the end, and I was really surprised. So yeah. How would you say the glue quality is?
The glue was good. There was one area that was strange, though. It had, after you pulled the plastic cover up, there was still plastic there that I really had to work on getting off the canvas so that the glue would be there.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. It almost looked like there were like plastic scraps underneath the plastic cover. Like, he pulled off the plastic cover, did fine, and then he would be drilling along and all of a sudden it wouldn't stick, and then he would go under there with his tweezers and there would literally be pieces of plastic. It was the craziest thing. And the cover was intact, so it wasn't off the cover, it was literally a separate piece. So I don't know if maybe, you know, they put one cover on, had to remove it, and pieces of it stayed, and they just put another one over it. I don't know what was behind that. It was really weird. But you know, it was fine. I mean, once he got the pieces of plastic off, the glue was fine under it, but it took some doing to get those pieces of plastic off, which is kind of crazy to me that was a thing. So yeah. So once again, this is Titanic. It's a 40 by 60, 44 colors. Would you recommend somebody ordering this and trying it, Neil, or what do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
So there you go. A true opinion from Neil. So, yeah, so there's Rose and Jack for all you Titanic fans. All right, thank you for sharing your completion, Neil.
Sure.
Really nicely done. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Humunga Wunga over here. So this is Make Life Sweet, which you may have seen, you know, once or twice already if you follow the channel. This is the one that I did for my my dessert, I Will Not Desert You event that just completed. You know, really just at the end of the prior month. So this is the one I did. It's a Diamond Art Club canvas. It's a 50 by 60. It has 48 colors. And I truly loved it. I loved the colors. I liked the artwork. The drills were awful. I mean, there's no way to even sugarcoat it. The drills were terrible. And there were so many that were not good that I actually was starting to run low on a few colors, and I thought, I am not going to be able to finish this, which is crazy. And this is a round. So, and I'm pretty, you know, liberal on the rounds. Like, if they're not exactly perfect, I'll still use them usually. But this had several where I just went, yeah, no, we're not going to try to make this fit on this canvas. And so, you know, the ones that were really trash went to trash. And I mean, it had things you don't normally see on rounds, like pieces of plastic, little, you know, whole chunks missing off of drills, some that were already broken in the packaging. I just wasn't, it was disappointing is what it was. And especially since I've had a pretty good run so far of budget friendlies, knocking on wood about that, that have had really nice drills. So I had high expectations for this being a premium canvas, and it just didn't measure up. But that being said, there was only one of the brown colors that was really, really bad, and I just trashed them and used out of my stash, and, you know, got through it okay, because I just, every time that color came up, which you can see on here is a lot, because there's a lot of brown on here, every time it came up, I was frustrated all over again. So I was like, nope, got rid of them, used my stash drills, and then it was okay. The drill field glue was good. There were a couple of places that did not have great stick, but I do own some dot stick, and I just fixed it and let it sit overnight, and the next day I came out and went ahead and put it where it belonged. So yeah, all fine in that regard. It was just the drill quality was unfortunate. And it wasn't just, you know, a few. There were some colors that were worse than other colors, but it was more than like 3 or 4. Like, it was a lot of different colors of drills, and I just went, what is going on? So yeah, that was the only part that I was disappointed in. For the rest of it though, I loved it. I loved the color scheme, and the artwork is so pretty, and, you know, and it fit the theme well. I mean, this obviously is a dessert plate and or platter or table. And so I loved that about it. Shh, Griffin. I just wasn't happy with the drills. Other than that, it was fine. Excuse me. You mind? Some of us are filming. Sorry, guys. Have to excuse the animals. Somebody had the audacity to walk by the house. It was all over then. Okay. So anyway, so that's the story behind this one. So other than that though, I liked it. I just was frustrated with the drill quality. Okay, so then the next one that I did just for me, because I wanted to. I just liked it, and I wanted to try one. I don't know how many of you have done a canvas by Dotology, which they have some available on Amazon, but that's basically what this was, and I really enjoyed this. This is technically a partial, okay? So the background was here and his face was here. Everything else was drills. In contrast to our other one, I suspect that this is, Dotology must be a subsidiary for Diamond Dots, because if you notice the legend, it's going to look familiar to those of you that have done a Diamond Dot canvas. So yeah, but yeah, in contrast to the one I just showed you, this one had beautiful drill. Guys, when I say beautiful drills, I mean it had beautiful drills. So much so that in this entire canvas, which represents a ton, this is a 38.4 by 48.6. So basically it's a 40 by 50 drill field. This, I had 3 drills that were trash. Literally total 3. 1, 2, 3 drills, that was it. And really, those weren't so terrible I couldn't have used them if I really had to, if I was running low on something. But there were plenty. I didn't run out of anything. I had plenty. So I went ahead and just tossed them, and didn't know at the time that I was going to not have any more. I mean, you know, I was very, very happy with it. The glue was outstanding. In fact, I had to stay out of my own drill field a couple times because, you know, there was plenty of it, and yet it did not run outside. Like, there's none where it's not supposed to be, but every inch of where it is supposed to be was perfectly glued. So I was so pleased. So again, well, okay, so I guess I want to say the whole piece of fabric is 40 by 50. The canvas is really 31 by 41-ish, but really such good quality, so much fun, beautiful drills, beautiful vibrant colors. There are 44 colors in this little drill field. So, and there was a considerable amount of confetti, so much so that before I put the drills on, I couldn't really tell what some of the things were. I mean, I knew that the wizard was here and this was his arm, and I knew that this was a ball. I didn't realize that there was an owl over here or a skull down here on the bottom. Like that, those did not take form until I added the drills. And so I finished, you know, the bottom third, and I went, oh, look, it's a skull on the floor and a little owl on top of him. But it sure showed up as soon as the drills were put on. So yeah, I have to say, this was fantastic to work on. Oh God, I loved it so much. And I didn't even open it till like the last 10 days of the month, just because I've been wanting to work on it. This was on my Amazon wish list, this image, and I happened to get it for Christmas from my friend in Georgia, Mare's Creations. You'll see her in the comment section sometimes. And so I really wanted to try it. And I thought, well, I have a little over a week. Let me just see what I can get done. Guys, I flew through it because it was so easy. I used, on the first third down here, I did use a ruler because I wanted to get the alignment correct, because I could tell how many of these drills were going to depend on the others being correct. So I started here. And I used it in the middle section where his beard was. I used a ruler here too, and all the rest I freehanded. But, oh, was this fun. I just love the fact it had Gandalf's face. You Lord of the Rings people, you're my people. You'll know what I'm talking about when I say that. But I just love it. So you can imagine that this pixelated drill field and then Gandalf's face and hand in the background. And that was all it showed. But the picture on the website, and it doesn't have a thumbnail on here, on this Dotology, it doesn't have it. It just has, you know, the maker's branding, see? So, but there's no thumbnail, so I couldn't show you the picture it was supposed to be, but oh, I was so pleased. And it really does look like the picture. I mean, it's just beautiful. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, when you have good drills and good glue, your diamond painting experience is totally different than if you're struggling in one of those areas. I mean, it just is. Nothing can wear you out faster and make you want to put this canvas aside and work on something else than bad drills or bad glue, because you're constantly struggling to get through to a part you can work on. Yeah, but this one flew. Even with 44 colors, flew through it, because everything went together like it was supposed to. Everything lined up beautifully. Everything clicked into place. I mean, I loved it. And there's something about these dots. Now, you know, these again are just like Diamond Dots dots. Their drills are just a teensy weensy bit larger. And I love it because they cover the whole symbol and the whole place they're supposed to go, and they lock together beautifully. I love their drills. I think they're just really, really good. And they look beautiful. I mean, even if you look close up, like if you look at his beard, which had, I don't know, 5 or 6 different shades of gray. But I mean, if you can see, look how beautiful they all lined up. Like there's nothing here that's askew, nothing's pushed out of the way. I mean, they're all just fantastic. So yes, so I'm happy to report that this had magnificent drills. So if you happen, it is still on Amazon's website. So if you happen to want this one, I'm fairly certain you can still get it. So, and I would tell you it's really fun to work on. So if you do decide to get it, you know, you're going to like it. It's going to be fun. It did have some capital letters, some numbers, and some symbols in random order, just kind of throughout. So yeah, it was, kept you busy, kept your mind focused, because there were a lot of different factors to it. So that was my colorful wizard that I did just because I wanted to. I wanted to see it, and I'm so glad I did, because it's so pretty. And he will fit perfectly into my portfolio after I seal him up, which I have not done yet. But none of the drills are loose. Oh, and the other factor is I did not change out any of the drills. It came with one AB. It came with the what I would call the 5200 AB. Might have been a 3865. I have no way of knowing because they don't have DMCs on here. But that was the only special drill it came with, was white ABs. And that's all I did with it. I thought about changing some of the other things, but I thought, you know what? Nope, I'm just going to do it as charted and see what happens. And it was fine. I mean, it does. It has some beautiful white speckles of ABs in there. Other than that, it's just got these beautiful, vibrant, sparkly drills. And I mean, they came out great. So, yep. So if you're thinking about trying it, I'm going to advise you to try it because, wow. And this, you guys, was my 105th partial. So woohoo! I did it, you guys. I made the 100 partial challenge and halfway through the month, or halfway through the year. So that means, yay! So now I don't know what to do. I have to ask Jack if I'm supposed to stop or do I keep adding to it? What do I do? Because I have met the challenge and it is mine. So yes, this was my 105th partial. So that was that one. Okay. And then the other canvas that I did was I did this little partial. This was my 104th partial. So yeah, so here is this pretty wolf. It was in the dream catcher. I loved the picture, and I loved that it was predominantly purple and blue. That to me was nice. I wanted to do this one for April because it was, you know, favorite colors and there's a lot of purple in here, but I didn't get to it. So I decided, okay, well, I'll just do this, you know, in the next month. And so I did. And so here it is in all its glory. I was very pleased with how this one came out too. It had quite a few special drills, which I loved, that were, you know, basically purples and blues and iridescents, and oh, it was so pretty. And I loved how they charted the fur for the wolf. I'll try to get that a little bit closer so you guys can see. Can you see how the drills just, you know, basically black and clear crystals, and how beautiful that looked? Even in the ears, like I was so happy with the way that came out. So yeah, this one was a lot of fun too. Good drills and good glue, and no problem with anything falling off or not sticking. But I will of course be sealing it, because when you're dealing with crystals or rhinestones, you have a silver backing that makes things easier to fall off. So I will be sealing it. But I was very pleased with how it came out. It had enough space in between each individual thing that you had room to work on it, so I didn't feel like everything was being crushed all together, which I have felt like on some of the partials. But this one, no. This one was nice and well spaced and beautifully rendered, and the colors were great, and where everything was charted to go worked out beautifully. So, yep, I was quite pleased with that. And I'm trying to remember if this was a Paint Someway, or if this might have been a Temu, maybe Amazon. I don't know. I've had it for probably 7 or 8 months. I got it just before the year started, just right after I decided to go ahead and participate in the partial challenge. So I've had it quite a while. Just got around to doing it, but oh, did I have fun. I really did, you guys. So much fun. I had a very good time with this one. That wolf and that dream catcher, heck yeah. It's got me written all over it. And I did use my my clear sparkle pen to give his eyes a little bit of a glint, since they don't actually have drills in them. I did give them a sparkle just to make it look like he means what he's doing or saying. So yeah, so that was a lot of fun. This one had 10 colors of 10 different stones to try. So yeah, it was interesting. And these that look like they're black are actually a dark blue crystal. I mean, if 939 was a crystal, that's what this was. Like, they're just really, really pretty. So yeah, he came out kind of amazing. So yes, that is what's going on with that. So liked him a lot. Okay, now let's talk about off canvas. So, well, I do have a set of minis that I will show you toward the end. But I want to do some off campus first. So first of all, I did these dragon coasters. I haven't put the cork on them yet, but I will. I want to seal them first and then I'll put it on. But 3 of these I already had done at the end of December. So there are 8 of them. So I'm really only counting 4 of them towards the finishes. But I just love these because these are, of course, dragons. And you know, I have to have my dragons. It's very important. So, yeah. I was very, very happy with these. And these are larger than some of the coasters that you normally get. So, they'll hold whatever size cup or glass you want to use. And somebody did ask me yesterday on my sealing and diamond painting video. That video cracks me up. It's always in my top 3 viewed videos every week, and it's over a year old. So there you go. But they asked if I would still recommend the Minwax for certain items, like, you know, like coasters or whatever. And for coasters, yes, absolutely I would, because I think the Minwax waterproofs better than any of the other sealant possibilities. And coasters are going to get used a lot, and they're probably going to be coated with condensation. So you want these to seal well and all the way. And you want to make sure when you seal coasters, you do the entire surface, and then you go around the outside again and just make sure you got all the ones on the edges, because those are the ones you're likely to lose first if they start coming off. So yes, I'm going to use Minwax on these. You can use the Liquitex. There's nothing wrong with that. And I do that for a lot of my acrylic off-canvas items. But for coasters, because of the waterproofing, I am going to use the Minwax. I made a set of dog face coasters that I gifted to the lady that helps with Griffin, and she loves them. She uses them all the time, and the sealant's holding up well. So that's good news. So yes, so that was what I did. So again, I'm counting this set as 4 to my partials, because 3 of them, like I said, were already done. So very pleased with how these all came out. These I did get at Amazon. So, you know, if you're looking to get them, if you just put dragon coasters in, or coasters plus dragon, either way, in the search engine on Amazon, you will find them. So, and it does come with the little rack. So, although you can get these racks fairly inexpensively, even if you get them at Temu or Amazon, they're not expensive if you buy them separately by themselves, in case you get a set that doesn't come with one. So don't even worry, you can totally do that. All right, now some of you will remember that I did an unboxing for Paint Someway, and for a vase, and I showed you all the pieces that went to it. So I have completed that vase. So here we are. This is how the vase came out. I did put it together myself. You just have to remember not to force it too hard, for one thing, and you want to make sure that you get all of the ends in the grooves on the bottom, and then in the grooves on the top. And then the top piece, after you get it put together, you peel off the back of the top piece and stick it on after you've already put all of these in the groove. And then it just, you know, goes together. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. I was surprised at how quickly it went together. There are 9 of these legs that you have to do both sides individually. So, you know, it takes a minute. It also comes with this little test tube type thing, so you can use it like a little bud vase. And there's no reason it wouldn't be water soluble. It's a plastic tube. I don't see any reason why you couldn't. But I did just go out and just, you know, to have on my craft table. I did get some little flowers, so you can kind of see how it looks when it sits up. It's really cute. Can't really tell when it is sitting up, but yeah. So, and I have it sitting on my craft table, and yeah, it's just pretty when I come in. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I would recommend. I think it, you know, it was fun to work on. It went together quickly. I sealed it. It sealed well and it sealed easily. So yeah, so if you're thinking about trying one of these little vases, yeah, definitely do it because it's really, really cute. All right, so that's that one. And then last but not least, I did do a set of mini canvases. This was a Timu set, and you know, I don't know, I had some misgivings about it. I mean, it looked pretty pixelated to me, and it was a set of animals, kind of random animals. But I have to say that it looked pretty darn good when it all was said and done. So it had a little, you know, little hedgehog, and they're nice and thick canvases, which is a surprise. They're 3x5, but they're nice and thick. There's a little hedgehog. There's a little deer, like Bambi. There's a koala bear. And here's a little elephant. And here's a squirrel. Might even put them up here like this. And here's a little piggy. Looks like Wilbur from Charlotte's Web. Here's a little zebra. There's a little buffalo. This appealed to my Native American side, so I was happy to see him. Come on, Griffin, you're in the road, buddy. And then there's a little tiger. And a monkey. And a peacock. And a panda. And a really cute little puppy. I don't know if you can see him up here. Well, maybe over here. There's a puppy. And this little hippo cracked me up because he was so cute. It's just really cute. It's a little hippo. And there's a lamb. And here's a little mouse. So yeah, so that is all 16 of these little mini canvases. They're really cute, and I've thought of all kinds of different uses for these. I mean, you know, you could laminate them and make a memory game out of them. You could take several of them and hang them up on a child's nursery wall. You could, you know, put them in frames and gift them individually. You could put them all in one larger frame and just put in one spot on the wall. I mean, there's all kinds of things you could do. So, but I was really surprised. The drills were really nice. I mean, they weren't, you know, oh my God, uber fabulous. And I had a little bit of trash, but they were basically really good. Nothing that kept me from completing them, which was good because I had 16 of them and I didn't really start them till like the 10th of the month. So I was, you know, hoping to get them all completed, and I wasn't sure I was going to, but I did, because I didn't have anything that stopped me on any of them. You know, glue was great. The drills were fine. There were lots of colors for drills. I think I had 32 colors for this set. And I was very pleased that they came out as well as they did. So, yes. So those are my completions for the month of May. And as I said, so I ended the month with 105 partials. The 16 in this group helped a lot. And then with the other two that I showed you. So I had 79 or 80 going into the month. So it was nice to, you know, get the finishes done and have them be counted. And I have posted them, all except the wizard. All the rest of them have already been posted with Diamond Painting with Jack. So that is what's happening. But yeah, this was really fun. I mean, if you have a kid in your life, or if you know somebody who just loves animals, or if you want to, here's one. If you want to thank your veterinarian for taking care of your animal, how cute would this collage be to put up on their wall? I mean, or you could put them in 4 sets of 4 so they could have it in more than one room, or the waiting room, or, you know, however you wanted to do it. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So yes, get this set because I thought they were really cute and really fun. And I will seal them. I haven't sealed them yet, but none of the drills are moving, so I feel good about that. So yeah, These little kits are really fun, and you feel like you can finish something. Because you guys know, those of you who do these monstrous kits all the time, I mean, it just, after a while, your brain just goes, are we still on this, really? So, yeah, it's been nice. Now, going into June, I'll show you the canvas I'm going to be working on for June for Pride Month. And in addition to this canvas, I'm also, if I finish it in time and I have a few extra minutes, I am going to start going to work on one of my whips, my Rainbow Tribal Goddess from Dreamer's Design, which I haven't been able to get back to, and it's killing me off because I love it and it's so much fun to work on. It's beautiful and I really want to complete her in the worst way. But she's enormous, and you know, she ends up, you know, being a whip all the time. But I will say that thanks to Jack's partial challenge, I have been able to finish a lot of the smaller whips, like the coasters, you know, the mini canvases, that kind of thing. So I've been very pleased to be able to do that. So thanks for doing this, Jack, because I'm really happy. But yes, so if I complete this next one, I will be working on my Rainbow Goddess for the rest of the month. Okay, this one, this is one of those canvases that just, guys, it was just in the way. I don't know why. It just, every time I had an issue with something, this canvas was involved in it. Either it was falling out of where it belonged, or, I mean, something was going on. So I decided the only way to get it out of my stash and not in the way would be to actually get it finished. So I'm going to be working on this beautiful rainbow dragon for June, for Pride Month, because as you can see, rainbow, this is a 40 by 70 canvas. Like it's got all the scenery. It's even got a little castle here on the bottom, and this dragon in all its beauty, you know, is up there. But yeah, it's a 40 by 70 canvas. There's only 26 colors. There are no special drills charted, but yours truly will be adding some, because I definitely think this glow that's happening around his head and kind of around his wings, that needs to have a little extra pizzazz. So I am definitely going to be changing that one out. And I kind of like the way it's kind of already just a smattering in here. If I replace the greater than symbol, which is 402. Yeah, I think that would be a good one to replace with something sparkly. So that's the goal. Other than that, I plan to do it just as charted, possibly a crystal or two in his eye. But yeah, that's the only change I have planned. Other than that, it's going to be just exactly the way you see it. But yeah, this one has just kind of been a bit of an albatross for me. Every time I turn around, I'm knocking it over. Something is stuck behind it that I'm trying to reach. I lost it when I was trying to find it. It's just been a pain in my backside. So I'm going to teach it a lesson by finishing it, I hope, this month. But again, a 40 by 70. I don't know how long it's going to take me. You know, if I don't get to Rainbow Tribal Goddess, that's okay. If this becomes a whip, that's even okay. I am going to be doing, I'm not doing the plant garden theme event this month, diamond painting with friends, but I'll be cheering everybody on from the side. But I will be doing next month, Crafty Chef Diamond is doing Disney, and I will definitely be doing that event, and I already have my canvas kitted up for that. So, so yeah, so if I don't finish this for the month of June, it's going to be over in my whip stack. And I know that a lot of us are developing some serious whips right now. Some of us are in double digits, who shall be nameless, but let's just say, if you have several whips going, you are among friends, because we're all in that boat. And really, I mean, so what? What does it matter? I mean, as long as you've got the storage space to kit up into and you got multiple canvases going, you'll eventually get to all of them. Like, it's not a thing. So yes. And if you haven't had a chance to go over and look at Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting Mush Woman, good old Mushy, she's doing an auction as a fundraiser, a silent auction for some canvases. Go over and check it out. You might find something you really like. All the rules and guidelines and bet requirements are on there. So I bet on a couple. I don't know that I'll win anything, but I did bet on a couple I'd like to have, and if I don't get them, that's okay. But gave me an opportunity to contribute to her friend Fluffy, Andy Garcia, who goes by Fluffy. He did pass away sooner than expected, so they're trying to raise money. His family's trying to raise money for his final funeral expenses, which are over $11,000 even for just a standard stone. And to have a little cushion, something set aside for his children, who will now have to be raised by somebody that's not him. So they are 5 years old and 8 years old. So tough time for his family. So my good wishes go out to them. I hope all is well, and that you can find a modicum of peace, and that your grief will be very short and your treasured memories will last a lifetime. All right, everybody, that's all I have for you today for completions and for what I'll be working on for June. So if you see me in a whip and chat, here's what I'll probably be working on. And so I do have some more partials that I might just get up and work on just for fun to go along with it. Because, when I'm working on something that's going to take me a while, I like to take little breaks, because then I don't burn out on trying to finish something, where if I don't take breaks, needless to say, I get less and less fun to be around. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. I really do. So I like to have something small that I'm working on in addition to whatever ominous task I have at hand. So that's my plan. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you again for all the beautiful canvases you did for the I Will Not Desert You event. I loved them. You guys did such a great job. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And it was a lot of fun to host you, so I'm really glad. Also, don't forget, Under the Sea is coming up in September. So if you've not already gotten your canvas for the Under the Sea event, why not? Get shaken, because you might find something. Go also to Diamond Dots. They have a couple of really cool ones that are on the sale that I think only goes another day, maybe 2. So get on over there, because they have an Egyptian one for Walk Like an Egyptian, which is coming for, I think it's $10.50. It's on my post, on my community post, if you want to see what it looks like. They have lots of colorful ones, and they have, little 6x6 for like less than $4. And then they have larger ones that are on sale, like 50% or more off. So if you haven't gone to Diamond Dots that have the really wonderful drills, shoot on over there, because they have a lot of stuff. You have to at least take a look. Even if you don't purchase, you should look, because yeah, really cool stuff. All right, everybody. Don't forget, if you want to try Sun Natcher diamond paintings, go over there and take a look. Apparently, they said that they won't let me do another PR package unless it brings in business. Well, hardy har har. Doesn't matter to me one way or the other, but if you'd like to go take a look and see if there's one you like, go right ahead. Also, Coup Deals is having a pretty good sale right now. And if you look at any of the Coup Deals unboxings down in the list of videos, there is a code there for you to use for 15% off, which is usually better than they have. Usually they have a 13% off. So, but if you go over to Coup Deals and you want to get 15% off, the code is just Wendy, W-E-N-D-Y, and that should get you 15% off. Other than that, I am going to have a few more unboxings for you. I did get in on the Diamond Art Club 7th anniversary sale. Get a few things. I am going to have another Dreamers design, and I will have a Diamond Dots unboxing too. So that's what's happening, and I do owe you a whip and chat just on Everyday Matters, which I will get to, I promise. All right, everybody, remember, always be a dragon. Spread your wings. Protect those you love. Have fiery passion. Stay strong, slay your fears, and always fly high, rise up, and soar, Dragonites. Remember, you are the magnificent incarnation of these beautiful creatures. And as such, you should be treated with reverence and respect. If you are not being treated that way, you know what to tell them. You are not worthy. And walk away, because it's true. They're not worthy of your presence if they're not willing to treat you with respect. All right, my Dragonites, everybody have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you have something fantastic planned for the weekend. Looks like it's going to be fairly decent weather across the board, so plan something fun. Get out and see the world. Stay away from doom scrolling. Just get out, spend time with family and friends. Whatever rejuvenates your soul, do it. All right, Dragonites, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.